Costly convicts. A new report says state jails in Texas are ineffective, expensive, and actually result in more people repeating criminal behavior than Texas prisons. That report from the Texas Public Policy Foundation suggests taxpayers are getting a bad deal on their tax dollars and public safety.
We wanted to know if there is an alternative, a less expensive way to deal with convicted criminals. KEYE TV's Adam Racusin dug into the report and has tonight's Waste Watch investigation.
Behind the barbed wire at the Travis County State Jail are some of the lowest level criminal offenders in the state. But according to the Texas Public Policy Foundation, the amount it's costing you to house them is nearly the same as the worst of the worst.
When we know we've got state jail felons choosing to go to a state jail, when we know that we're spending too much on these facilities and not getting a good return, we're really failing taxpayers.
State jails were meant to be a cheaper alternative to prison for low-level offenders, criminals that Texas lawmakers believe could be rehabilitated. Over time, policy experts say they became a costly substitute, with released criminals more likely to reoffend than a convict who served time in a state prison.
Only about 17% of all the state jail felons in Texas in any given year get drug treatment, but 65% of them have a drug problem.
The Texas Department of Criminal Justice released a statement to KEYE TV saying property and drug offenders have higher recidivism rates than more violent criminals. That accounts for much of the difference in recidivism rates between prison and state jail offenders. But Moll says criminals are choosing to go to state jails because it's easier than probation. According to the report in 2010, prison costs ranged from $44 to $49 a day, while state jail costs rose to $43 a day, a nearly 40% increase over the past decade.
We can get a better deal for our tax dollars by using community supervision, which costs far less than a day in a state jail.
Texas State Senator Whitmire, who was part of the state jail legislation back in 1993, says the system can work better to save money, and he will look at the problems.
It's good to draw attention. I'm going to revisit state jails.
Whitmire says the goal needs to be not to lock them up and throw away the key, but to find better ways to help.
Give them more treatment, give them a supervision when they leave, and make it better.
Both agree by targeting drug and alcohol problems, it will help decrease the amount of people behind bars and save taxpayer money. Adam Racusin, KEYE TV News.
The Texas Public Policy Foundation suggests community supervision and targeted rehabilitation is a good way to solve this problem. Senator Whitmire cautions you have to be aware of how changes impact the rest of the corrections system.